Hello everyone, and welcome to the Inner Edge Leadership Series, where insights meet action. Today I want to talk about something that's becoming more and increasingly important in our fast-paced, data-driven workplaces: leading with empathy. Let me start with a story from my own journey where I became a first-time manager. I was put through rigorous training. I learned all the tactical aspects: how to maintain data records, track attendance, set goals, evaluate performance, give feedback, manage increments. I was taught to use various tools and dashboards to keep everything running smoothly. But there was something that all the formal training missed: the reminder that at the end of the day, I was still a human leading other humans. Just a couple of weeks into my new role, still buried in training, trying to master all the tools, one of my team members messaged me one morning. She said she was unwell and that she wouldn't be able to come in. I remembered my training. I had to manage all the work, keep things moving. I told her to take rest, take her leave, assured her that the work would still be covered, and quickly turned to my team to make sure nothing was skipped, nothing was left behind. The next day, my training reminded me to check in. So I messaged her to ask how she was doing. She replied a few hours later that she had a viral infection and would be out for a few days. I said okay and went back to work, confident that everything was under control. When she returned to office the following Monday after a gap of 5 days, she smiled weakly as I walked by. I welcomed her back and reminded her to fill in her timesheet. She nodded, she smiled, she sat down, and I went back to my desk feeling I had done everything just right. But something shifted that day for my team member. I had learned all the tactical lessons, but I hadn't understood the intent behind them. The training did tell me that people would fall sick, they'd need personal time, and that I would need to be considerate in emergencies, but no one taught me empathy. And empathy isn't just for when people are sick or on leave. It has to be demonstrated every single day, every single moment. Why am I sharing this story? Not to say that managers aren't empathetic, but to highlight a reality. Many leaders today operate in environments flooded with data, metrics, dashboards, and analytics. We are expected to drive decisions every second, but data alone can miss the human context, the emotions, the motivations, and the lived experiences of our team members. And that's what most leadership training misses. The most effective leaders blend analytical rigor with emotional intelligence, ensuring that decisions are both informed and compassionate. You might ask, why does emotional intelligence matter? Emotional intelligence, measured in terms of emotional quotient or EQ, enables leaders to interpret not just what data says, but how decisions will impact people. If I'd been taught to understand people as well as data, I might have noticed to look on my team member's face and understand what she was hoping to hear from me. Probably a simple, "How are you feeling? We missed you." We see this everywhere. Downsizing, for example, may be justified by numbers, but without empathy, leaders risk damaging morale and trust. On the other hand, leaders with high EQ can anticipate emotional responses, foster resilience, and maintain engagement during change. A widely recognized example is that of Satya Nadella's leadership at Microsoft during the company's cultural transformation. When Nadella became CEO, he inherited a company known for internal competition and silos. He anticipated that shifting to a more collaborative and growth mindset culture would create anxiety and resistance amongst employees who were used to the old ways. Instead of focusing solely on metrics and performance, Nadella openly acknowledged the challenges of change. He shared personal stories, encouraged vulnerability, and consistently communicated the vision for a more empathetic, innovative workplace. By modeling empathy and listening to his employees' concerns, he fostered resilience and kept teams engaged throughout the transformation. Under his leadership, Microsoft not only improved its financial performance, but also became to be known for its inclusive and supportive culture, a testament to the power of high EQ in leadership. Take Ching Chia at Shko. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. In a manufacturing environment dominated by metrics, Ching led with kindness and empathy. She built a culture where employees felt valued beyond their output. The result? Loyalty and a strong connected team. Or consider customer experience teams where the best leaders don't just look at compliant numbers, they dig deeper, seeking to understand the emotional trigger behind the data. By doing so, they find more effective solutions and build stronger brand loyalty. And then there's my own story. Much later, after I'd moved on to a different team, the same team member, now a very good friend, asked to speak with me. We sat down at the cafeteria and she told me how she had felt on that day when she was sick. She said that she'd hoped that I would check in about her well-being and that I had mentioned how glad I was to have her back and that I'd tell her that I had her back at work while she was away. She said she thought we were still friends and not just manager and a team member. Painful to hear. I didn't even remember the incident, but it had left such a strong impression on her. Her feedback helped me realize that behind all the data, numbers, and reporting relationships are humans. Humans with emotions. Emotional intelligence is what helps build that connection. Let's be clear. Data-driven decisions can be efficient, but they can lack empathy, leading to disengagement or resistance. Numbers can show what is happening, but not always why. Leaders must ask, what's the story behind the data? For example, imagine a team's productivity drops. Data might show missed deadlines or lower output, but only by talking to the team would you actually discover that a key team member is struggling with burnout or that there's been a breakdown in communication or something else. Without empathy, you risk addressing the symptom, not the root cause. So how do we balance data and empathy in leadership? First, when data flags an issue, engage with the people involved to understand the root cause and the emotional context. And you can do so by asking open-ended, empathetic questions. For example, if performance drops, instead of just asking, why do the numbers look so bad? Ask the team members what's going on and listen to their perspectives. Next, create spaces for open dialogue, allowing team members to share perspectives that numbers can't capture. Hold regular check-ins, encourage honest feedback, and make it safe for people to speak up. Hold on to your urge to react or justify or to give a rationale. You may risk silencing a key voice or point. Finally, let's talk about something I really find powerful in leadership, the TLC Framework. What does TLC stands for? It's about bringing together talent, leadership, and culture to make decisions that are truly holistic. So what does that look like in practice? When we are setting goals for our team, it's not just about what needs to get done or hitting some targets or numbers. First, we look at talent. What are everyone's strengths and what do our people aspire to achieve? That's when leadership comes in, not just to set targets, but to make sure that we are connecting people, authentically understanding what motivates them and supporting them along the way. And finally, culture. Culture is about listening and building trust. We create an environment where people feel safe to share their thoughts and know that their voices really matter. For example, instead of just saying, here's what we need to accomplish this quarter, I'd probably ask, how does everyone feel about this direction? What support do you need? Are there any concerns or ideas that you want to share? That way, we are not just focused on the end result, but also on how everyone experiences the journey together. So when we make decisions as leaders, let's think beyond numbers and targets. Let's bring together the strengths and ambitions of our team, lead with genuine connection, and build a culture where people feel heard and trusted. That's how the TLC framework helps us make decisions that are not only effective but also meaningful for the entire team. And finally, there are practical ways to bring empathy into our everyday leadership. For example, making time for regular check-ins, setting up open feedback channels, and use storytelling to connect data insights with real human experiences. Sharing stories of resilience, celebrating small wins together, and acknowledging challenges openly. These simple practices help build trust, strengthen relationships, and ensure that the numbers never overshadow the people behind them. Empathetic leadership isn't just soft. it's strategic. Studies show that empathy boosts agility, innovation, and even revenue. Organizations with engaged, emotionally connected employees consistently outperform those that rely solely on metrics. The future of leadership isn't about choosing between data and empathy. It's about merging them to create lasting value. Leaders who excel are those who see the people behind the numbers and make decisions that honor both logic and humanity. And so, as you lead your teams, remember that data will guide your decisions, but empathy will give the decisions meaning. Thank you for listening, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us for more insights on leadership. Let's keep learning together.